Aries, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-February 2024. And I'll do the reading for you and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. We've got Kai here that is in need of attention for some reason. So he's kind of pushing me off the bench, but it's okay. Let's see here what we got. The overall energy for the reading, the Two of Swords. That's a lot of overthinking over there, and the reading ends in that as well. So you're definitely dealing with the situation that kind of places you up in your head and just kind of going through all sorts of scenarios up in your head about it. But let's see what's going on here. Starting off the reading, you get the Three of Wands crossed by the Five of Cups, and this has been going on for quite a while. I see in your focus here the Death card, so we could be talking about a loss of any kind. That could go from you losing a job or losing a pet, a person, something, someone. But whatever it is, I kind of get the sense that you're at that place where you may be a little bit tangled in your mind, in the sense of not knowing exactly how to deal with it, or just not being able to get out of those low vibration energies of all sorts of things that can happen where you're going through a loss. In the recent past, the High Priestess, this is a sign that maybe at some point you did get on the right track with this. Maybe you did get okay, I kind of know what to do here a little bit. In your strength, the Page of Swords, whatever this is, whatever experience you're going through, and I feel like it's not necessarily the easiest type for you. You're making progress, even if you're seeing it or not seeing it. There's progress over here. You know, it's one of those things of just take it one day at a time. In the immediate future, the Devil, that seems to be a pattern that's coming into play, which could be reflecting how you deal with this. Maybe in the past, whenever you lost something, you've handled it in the same way. Which seems to be not healthy at this point, in the sense of if you're in this pattern of just being stuck in your head about what happened, that's not necessarily healing. Not at this time. I'm sure at some point healing will come, but at this time it seems to not be here necessarily. Supporting this reading, the Queen of Pentacles. Now that's an energy of self-care. I don't know how you're doing with that energy though, given that you're showing me all these other energies. But it is important to focus on that, or start focusing on that, because that might actually get you out of this funk that you're in. The energy that is surrounding you at this time, and you may not be able to see it, the Seven of Pentacles. Again, the progress that's being made here, where you may think, I'm not making any kind of progress. I'm still in the same place. I'm still dealing with the same shitty emotions. I'm not seeing myself getting out of this funk. And progress is not about getting out of it. Progress is about dealing with it slowly but surely in a different way until you get out of it. For some reason, when we go through situations like these, we don't acknowledge the progress unless we feel completely different. And it's like, no, there's some shifts in there. There's some, you're not going to feel the same way every day, even though it feels that way. So there is progress here. In your hopes and fears, the King of Pentacles, getting back on your feet here. That's your hope. And for the potential outcome, the Eight of Swords. So you're starting from the Two of Swords and you're ending with the Eight of Swords, which is kind of the same, kind of in the same area, as an energy of overthinking, of just still being stuck in your head about whatever happened. But let's clarify. Let me do the Two of Swords, the Temperance card, the Two of Wands, the Six of Wands. You're losing your patience too. That's the thing, because this, I mean, it could be a lengthy process. I'm not sure when this started for you in the sense of feeling this loss and dealing with it, but it looks like it's been happening for a while and you're losing your patience here. I see you at times acknowledging that you do need to be patient and that you are. But a lot of the times when you find yourself up here with it, that's when you lost your patience with this whole process. So you've got those times as well. And other times where, okay, let's take it easy. Let's take it slow. Let's not put any kind of pressure on myself here, you know. Let's do the Three of Wands. The Hermit, the Judgment card, the Death card. Yeah, there's been a loss here. And again, it feels like it happened a while ago. Like it didn't happen yesterday. And you have been healing, believe it or not. You have been healing. There has been progress. You're just not in that place to acknowledge all of that for some reason. You're just not giving yourself that credit. Let me do the Five of Cups. You get the Page of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Could have been a relationship for some of you. Quite nice. There's love there, there's passion, there's like, oh my god, you know, like a romantic relationship, I mean, because it could have been any other type of relationship that's very significant too. But yeah, okay, let me do the Death card in your focus. The Nine of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Page of Cups. Oh, you know what's not necessarily helping your healing journey here? Your lack of acceptance over how things went. So let's say there has been an ending to a situation, and it happened a year ago, let's say. You're still not accepting that it happened. And that's going to keep you stuck in these kinds of energies, you know? And I see you having a little bit of a hard time finding that acceptance. Being like, how? If my heart still beats for this person, how would I accept that they're gone? Just like that. That doesn't make your heart beat for that, heart stop beating for that person, does it? You know, if you accept that they're no longer here in front of you. It's not gonna, you know. I know there are two very opposite things where it's like, but there's love here and they're not here. So that doesn't make any sense to the mind, right? No, but to the heart it does. And that helps the mind through this accepting process that you need to go through. Because the more you don't accept that things happen in the way that they did, the more you'll get stuck in this place of dealing with it in the same kind of way where it's like, I'm just gonna reject everything that happened. I'm just not gonna accept it. And when you do that, you kind of go against yourself. You know, where you're going to feel all of these energies that are at play that are not pretty at all. For the High Priestess in the recent past, you get the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, the Devil. You're kind of giving me a sense here of following your intuition. The problem with this situation is, and I'm all for it, if you want to follow your intuition, follow your intuition. My problem with this scenario here is that you're showing me the Devil at the end. So it's like, you're following your intuition, correct, but your intuition is never going to push you to take action over something. So you're telling me, let's say there's been a breakup and you're like, I followed my intuition, I sent them a text or 2 or 100, that's what my intuition told me. I don't, you know, don't think intuition would push any of us to do something. Well, it does and it doesn't. It does in the sense of, let's say, how would I describe this? Your intuition doesn't push you to send 100 texts, that's for sure. To take action, maybe. That's not necessarily your intuition. When you're hurt that something happened, it's not your intuition telling you, go back and fight for it, or, it's something else. It's not called intuition. It's a very thin line there where we can definitely confuse what we're feeling or that need to go back to do something about something, to confuse that with intuition, but it's not intuition. There's such a hype of emotions when we're going through a breakup or a loss of some sort that the intuition kind of gets lost in there. We think that's our intuition telling us this or making us feel that, but there's so many other emotions on top of that the intuition is going to be very hard to reach at that point when we're going through a loss. Things need to settle down, definitely. Emotions need to settle down. Our anger, our desire, our lack of acceptance, all of that needs to be settled the F down so that we can actually get in touch with our intuition. None of what we're feeling through all of that commotion of emotions is our intuition. And a lot of the times people think, no, that's my intuition. That could be your lack of acceptance. I'm not accepting things happening in this way, so I'm going to go do something about it. It's not intuition. That could be fear that you're losing this completely. Because in the beginning, when it happens, you're in the non-accepting phase of it, so you're not understanding that it actually happens, so you have to do something about it to not let it happen. That's fear. That's not intuition. There's so many other factors that would contribute to us doing something in regards to a situation that we seem to be losing that have nothing to do with our intuition. And then there you come saying, oh no, I sent 100 texts to whoever because that was my intuition telling me to do something about it. No. That's not intuition. No. It could be anything. From fear to anger to lack of acceptance to all sorts of everything surrounding those kinds of energies. Let's do the Page of Swords. In your strength, you get the Ace of Swords, the Justice card, the Magician. All right. So your intention and your hope is that things can get back into balance, that you could come up with something to bring things back into balance here. Good intention, great. You gotta also take into consideration where the other energy is at. Because if the other energy is not available to work with you on this intention, then it's only your intention that covers the energy of two, where you can't do that. You would have to be met halfway with that same intention from the other side. If they're clearly, no, I'm not doing that, start listening to them. Because this is just going to push through some boundaries, push through some energies that have been pre-established, and it's going to end up hurting yourself. So it's good to have hope. It's good to try. Also taking into consideration that it's not a party for one here. There's another energy involved here. In the immediate future for the Devil, you get the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Star. You're going to keep pushing here. Pushing against those boundaries. Well, I want for things to work out. Well, what if they come in and tell you, I don't want for things to work out? Can you accept that? Nope, not with that energy right there. You're pretty stubbornly hanging on to that energy. Gonna do everything possible to make this work. With who? With them. They don't want to. I don't care. Reverse the roles. What if this was you? Somebody pushed through those boundaries that you created of, look, I don't want to deal with you. And I would be like, I don't give a shit. I'm going to deal with you. I don't care that you don't want to deal with me. Who cares? How would that feel? You know? Because I see you pushing. I see you pushing here. And ultimately, it's all going to blow up in your face. It's all going to hurt you. You know? You can't force someone to work with you on something if they don't want to. Right? It doesn't work like that. And wouldn't it be more fulfilling if they showed up from that place of, oh, because I want to work with you, not because you forced me to? You know? I think it would be a little more, like, in place. What are you, speaking of places, what the hell are you doing, boy? He's all cockeyed. Queen of Pentacles. In the supportive energies, you get the Four of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Queen of Swords. Start looking into yourself, because that's the only place where you're not looking. And you need that care, you need that love, you need that attention. All of the attention is going into this energy of, I'm just going to force them to get them back, and I'm just going to... And all of these energies seem so heavy and so low that the only place that you should be looking into is yourself here. You know, to raise those energies a little bit higher there. Because these are not good for you. And you're showing me that every time. It's not because I say so, because I determine, oh, this is not good for you. Because you're showing me. You know, every time you're showing me these types of energies, at the end of it, I see how you feel about them. And I'm like, I don't see you feeling good about it. And then when you turn the attention to you, no matter how hard it is, because it is hard, especially coming from these types of energies, I see you standing in your power. I see you feeling good about yourself, about life, about, you know, things that right now you would... Nah, I'm not interested in all of that. Which, I don't know. I would redirect the energy more towards you. For the Seven of Pentacles and the hidden energies, you get the Fool, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Cups. Okay, no, I don't want to hear it. You know, if I don't try, then that means I don't care, and I have to try. I have to... Valid, you have to try. But you also have to take into consideration what's going on the other side of the fence. Again, if they shut that door, what are you going to do? Try and break the door? If they said, no, I don't want you to try and break the door, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll break the door. You know, try. Fair. You can try. You can try and knock at the door. Hey, anybody home? See how that goes. Because you're coming in with that excuse that everybody's kind of using, you know, like, so I should quit, I should just bail on this, no, you should listen to whoever you're dealing with and see where they stand. Do they want to meet you halfway in this energy of I should try or not? Because then if you take it upon you, that means you're forcing your way in. And see how that goes, you know? Energy is energy. It's going to work the same with all of us. You know, can't force things sometimes. Or you could, but don't expect the greatest results. For the King of Pentacles, in your hopes and fears, you get the Knight of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Pentacles. Okay. So you do want, there's a little part of you that does want to turn things back around towards them. The focus towards them, towards bettering themselves, towards working on themselves. You do want that, you know, to grow here, to start focusing. Because I feel like you got caught up in this energy. I usually, in all honesty, I usually don't see you get caught up in these types of energies of almost obsessive. It's not obsessive, but it's almost obsessive. It's like I can't stop going in that direction and forcing my way in there. I usually don't see you doing this. This is quite rare to see you in this direction, and you know better, and you're showing me here with that 5% of you or whatever it is of, but I want to you know, kind of take it back towards me, because this acknowledging that this is not good for you, is not healthy. Okay, let me do the Eight of Swords for the potential outcome, the Four of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Wands. All right. Yeah, and there's also the rejection of dealing with the pain that this has caused. Because if you haven't accepted that this situation is done, then you're not accepting the pain that this done is creating. If you're not accepting the pain that this done is creating, then you're not working with that pain. You're still focused on, let's not create that pain because this can be avoided. What can be avoided if it's all been said and done already? You just need to accept that it is the way it is. That doesn't mean that things will stay like this. Who knows? Maybe things will change. But the minute you accept what happened, then you accept, or you allow that for that pain to come in, the pain of the loss, then you can deal with it. But you're ending up at the end of it all being confused out of your mind about the situation, and then the pain of it, you're not allowing yourself to feel it, so you have nothing to work with. You have nothing to heal, ultimately. You have to start with acceptance first. And from that point on, allowing all of those emotions to come in. They're not going to be pretty. They're going to be nasty. But it's a whole lot better than what I'm seeing here. That you're keeping yourself stuck in these kinds of energies. At least there you feel something, you got something to go on. Here, nothing. Just pushing against energies, pushing against yourself. So, let's see what the universe has as a final advice. The Four of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, the Chariot. I get it. I get the intention. Look, I want for things to work out. I want for things to work out here. I don't even know who this is, but I see that they're fairly important to you. So, of course, I would want for things to work out. And you're in the same thing. But, interestingly enough, from the universe, you're actually showing me the universe by your side. So, almost telling me, I want for this to work out, but only if it's meant to. That's what you mean when you're showing me the universe here. So let that only if it's meant to play out also. You can't take over completely and say, I'm going to make it meant to be. Because you just told me only if it's meant to, where it's not in your control for that to happen. So it's quite the interesting reading, quite the interesting energies you're experiencing at this time, which again, very rare to see you in this kind of place. But it happens. And there's also a slight trace of acknowledgement that you don't want to be here. You want to focus on yourself and take it from there. And then once you're out of this kind of a swirl of energies that you've locked yourself into, then you'll see how you'll handle this. But for now, you need to get yourself out of Dodge here, especially under these energies, because not good. You're just trying to break some boundaries here. You're just trying to go against the energies, and not even go against the energies, but forcefully go against the energies. And I think you know what that does. Usually not great things. So let me do the Divine Animals Oracle for you. You get Kai, sleeping like a crazy boy in here. He's hanging, half of him is hanging down from the couch. You get Tarantula. Ooh. Hold on, let me see. Let me get my glasses, because I brought them back. Connection number 13. Ooh. Okay. It is time to bring together disparate, I don't know how to read this. Disparate aspects of your life. Everything is connected. I know the word, I just don't know how to read them sometimes. When you are afraid of unsure, it is important to know that you are never alone. You can do magic. We all can. Mythos. The daughter of the great goddess Diana, Aradia, stepped upon the earth, charged with the sacred duty of reconnecting the people with their birthrights of balance and love. Such was the environment Aradia was born into, that the old ways were being forced underground. the feminine divine disrespected, and the earth's never-ending cycles of the moon and seasons ignored and forgotten. Aradia traveled the lands, walking thousands of miles in the service of her mother, delivering her teachings to more and more women, and bringing hope and healing where there was little. One day, as she was waiting for the moon to rise so she could meet with other women under the cover of night for devotionals, Aradia quietly sat in the forest. There in front of her, she saw a huge spider, hairy and as big as her hand, weaving a great web. She watched as the shining silk wove back and around, creating a shimmering circle. Aradia saw the spider's web grow wider and bigger and glow in the reflection of the moon. She was reminded that everything was connected, from the moon to the earth. All beings, all people, the rocks, the trees, and the flowers were connected by the web of life. This was what was being forgotten and what was vital to remember. The other famous mythos around mentioning is the turning of the mortal Arachne into a spider by the goddess Athena. Arachne, a weaver of some note, challenged Athena to a weaving contest. Her hubris ended up being her downfall, and she was transformed into a spider. The name Arachne became the Latin prefix of Arachnia. Arachnia. Do I even know Latin anymore? Arachnia. I don't know. Which means spider. I studied Latin in 8th grade. Which is very close to Romanian, I'm not gonna lie, but there's still some, okay. Which means spider, and is used in terms such as arachnophobia, fear of spiders. The animal. There are over 900 members of the... this is an interesting word. Pteraphosidae family, spider family, most of which are large and hairy, although many are beautiful, marked, and colored. The word tarantula hails from a city in Italy. Tarantulas are found across the Americas, in almost all of Asia, Australia, and some Europe countries. Different species of tarantula range from a leg span of 30 centimeters to a tiny 2 centimeters. The largest tarantula, the Goliath bird eater, can grow beyond 30 centimeters and can have fangs of 3.8 centimeters. It is generally only Old World tarantulas from Africa, Asia, Europe, and so on, which do not use their bristly, urticating hairs as a weapon that have significant toxicity in their venom. I have a thing with spiders, so it's going to be very interesting going through all of this. New World tarantulas from North and South America have bristles on their bellies that they eject in a projectile manner. The bristles are sharp and cause great itchiness and and irritations to humans, and can cause death in smaller animals. Tarantulas molt as they grow and will shed their exoskeleton to do so. Males only molt once in their lives, and it will most likely cause their death. Tarantula webs are special in that they are spun using 2 to 4 spinnerets, the opening where spiders exude the clear and very strong web substance. Most spiders have only one spinneret. The top connecting area of the spinnerets is called the spinning field, and in tarantulas there may be up to 100 tiny tubes feeding the web silk, which is still liquid when exuded. I have a thing with some animals. Spiders is probably one of the top 3 for sure, if not the first one, because it was snakes, but then that kind of fell back, and now it's spiders. Anyways, they're very fascinating for me though. Like, I would never harm them or anything. Like, I'm staying away, but I wouldn't mess with them, that's for sure. But it's very fascinating hearing about them all the time. The powerful rate of force of release of the silk hardens it almost immediately, creating a malleable but supremely strong building material. The magic. Spider magic, and specifically tarantula magic, is protective and connective. Yep. Webs don't just trap prey, they support and protect the spider as well. It is a mistake to think that spider magic is evil or dangerous, as very few cultures see their spiders in this fashion. When you feel you need greater connection to life or you need support, particularly in creative matters, ask the spider for help. Yeah, me and spiders are definitely. But again, I respect the hell out of these animals, even if they terrify me, but I find them so freaking fascinating. All of the animals that I'm scared of. And the spider is just, I don't know how they do it, man. Those webs and those, like, they talk definitely a different language. It's very interesting. But anyways, and there was a hawk flying while I was reading that too. That's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye.